much. Like the market was kind of in a correction type of a thingy, right? Russell too, Nasdaq, Russell. Well, Russell was okay, but yeah, it wasn't good for a good market environment. That's why it failed, and now it's down way big since. And also, like all of these trades there from like March, like breakouts were tricky. March was a very tricky month for breakouts, so that's where there's so many fails. Again, March was a tricky month because a lot of the speculation money kind of flowed out of the market. The speculation money that came into the market November to February, most of it, it went away in March. It was an okay setup, and the whole sector was kind of strong, but it just didn't work out. Again, March, what can I say? It was month of March. Again, not that great of a setup. I think I traded myself. Or actually it was, I don't know. It was okay, I guess. It just, again, what can I say? Month of March. If it had been in January, it would have gone to 30. I mean, it was a solid EP. And if it had more volume, I would probably have traded myself. It just didn't work out. The setup was decent, I guess. But again, month of March. If this had happened in November, December, it would have, it would have done this without stopping you out first. It wasn't a bad setup, but it was, bad market. Not a great market for these smaller cap stocks and biotech stocks. So setup itself was maybe 3.5 star. It was okay. Mediocre. And, when you do mediocre setups in a not a great market, in a market that's not straight up, this is what happens. I guess it was an okay setup, but it kind of obviously failed in a big way. That was near the peak of the SPAC market. You can see why it failed, because Nasdaq pulled back. Nasdaq had a big run, multi-month run. And you want to buy breakouts when the market, the Nasdaq I think is the best index to follow, comes out of a multi-month sideways consolidation or a multi-month sell-off. Here, good time to buy breakouts. Here, not so much. And that's why it's failed. The setup itself was pretty, was okay. But, once the market is straight up for multiple months, you gotta be careful buying breakouts. You should have already, bought breakouts for many months. But yeah, it was a good setup. But, again, like I said it before, like there were a lot of micro caps that had these types of setups. Bingo was one. Like Bingo, back in mid-February, these micro caps that were up thousands of %. You have to understand, like, they're not going to go up forever. Like, this thing was up 1,700%, 1,600%. And yeah, the setup was great. But again, the Nasdaq crapped and all of these things went down. It was a high-tide flag, gapped up. But again, late February, market was kind of soft. It had already, like the 10-day had started sloping down.